Justine, and I am just thrilled to death that you took a minute out of your day to come and watch this video. This is just a short get-to-know-me type of video, so without further ado, here is just a little bit about, well, me. So conceited. So to start, I've been doing makeup on the for realsies level for about a year and a half now. And I've been gravitating more towards body paints as of late, and that was more of a budget necessity than really a conscious choice, but being poor makes your imagination go even nuttier, so I've really been enjoying the body painting, not something I had ever thought of getting into until I just tried it, and hey, I like it. So hopefully I can bring the FX and the body paint with me as I progress into my career as a professional artist. That's French, because French people are classy artists. So it took me a long time to consider makeup as a career. For some reason I didn't even think it was a thing. Then I took a theater makeup class in college, and that's when the fire really sparked, and I found out, holy crap, this is awesome and I like it. So after I abandoned my pursuit of a higher education due to lack of interest,
and then we're going to try to see a pattern in the way it works.
That's when I decided to pursue the beauty school thing that Frenchie had talked about in that other thing. So before I go any further, I put a call out to Instagram peoples to give me some questions to answer so I didn't just have to sit here and talk because I'm boring. So, thank goodness for you and me. They decided to step up and ask me a couple questions. So, the first question I have is from Lauren with a 3 FX, and she asked me what GCSEs, and that's General Certificate Secondary Education, I think, did you take qualifications for makeup? I read that really weird, but you get the gist. And then I have another question, which was from, hold on, I'm going to put you on pause for a second. Thank you for your patience, I'm back. The next question was from MX Don't Care, and this was, have you taken any classes? For how long? Have you done something before you became this good? And can we see it? And so to answer question 1 and part of question 2, I took a semester of theater makeup, like I said before. I was in cosmetology courses for around 2 years, and the school I chose promised me makeup education, but severely undelivered on that promise, so I left. We basically did hair the whole time, and I didn't really want to do hair. It's not really my thing, so. And yes, I have quite a few of my earlier attempts documented, and it's very nice to see that I've improved over time. The next question is from the lovely Butterfly Jasmine 49. She was good enough to ask me a few. Here's the first one. She asked if I had an art background, and I have 1 semester of a community college art class, and then just the regular high school, elementary school art background. I mostly have just always loved to draw and doodle, and my love for animation and cartoons and comic books has definitely skewed my art into the more cartoony region of things. And so I've kind of just tried to embrace that and not be mad that I can't do realistic stuff. So yeah, I definitely have more of a cartoony flair based on those influences. So another question from the amazing Butterfly Jasmine, because she's amazing. She asked, how long does it take you to do a look, because I feel like I'm so slow. And this kind of answers her question and the second part of Lauren's question. Honestly, I've done a few looks that have made me want to smash my face in with a brick. because that's just part of being creative. You gotta push yourself, am I right?
Oh my god, I hate myself so much right now.
Pretty much all my looks take between 8 and 16 hours, depending on the amount of detail I decide to put in there. A lot of that has to do with just the fact that I'm still learning and I'm not very Speedy Gonzalez yet, so speed is not my forte, which is another reason that things like Skin Wars, those kind of shows aren't really on my radar yet in terms of me participating, even though I think I have the chops to do it eventually. I really need to work on my speed because right now that's crazy sauce, the amount of time they have to do stuff.
Artists, you have 1 hour to create a head-to-toe look.
Yeah. Anyone who feels like they take forever, I know I've talked to a couple people who feel like they take just as long as I do. I feel ya. Internet high five. So, the amazing Artistic Femme also asked me which look was the hardest to get done, or the most challenging to get done. I say probably my Voldemort as of recently was super challenging for me in terms of getting the prosthetics to actually look okay, and that was my first bald cap, so it doesn't look great, but I got her done. Another one was the pumpkin face that I did last year for Halloween. I actually sculpted the scar wax onto my face because I wasn't really using pre-made prosthetics at all at that point. So I spent about 8 or 9 hours just sculpting that skull out of scar wax onto my face, and that was really an endurance challenge, how long it would take me before I freaked out and I ripped it all off. So I was proud of myself that I kept it on at least long enough to take a picture and a little video, so go check that out if you haven't seen it. And the last question by Miss B to the Jasmine was, what camera and lighting setup do I use? Again, due to budgetary constraints, I'm really poor. I pretty much just use whatever I have around the house. So I just use desk lamps, which I'm using right now, and then I have just a couple clamp lamps, and I will just hightail it into the bathroom, put a black sheet over the door, and go crazy. And it seems to work for now. I would definitely be investing in a ring light soon once I have the self-control to actually save up for one. When that happens, I'm sure my production value will go up. It's gone up a lot more than when I started already. Camera-wise, I just use my iPhone. Thankfully, the cameras on those are pretty good. As long as you're using the back camera, as my friend Kay Kato would say. You better use that back camera. She's coming and getting you. So yeah, when I do that, it actually turns out okay. Pretty okay. It blacks it out so no one can see the background. And I got a question from Medusa's Mirror. Her question was, I have a question. Crazy. Now, what kind of brushes I need to use to get my makeup more clean? I am having some trouble. So again, budgetary reasons, poor kids. I don't have all the cool kid brushes. I don't have the good stuff yet. A couple brands that I have found just at the drugstore that I've actually enjoyed. I wrote them down, so pardon me. Hold on. Hold on, Medusa, I'm coming. I've really liked the Real Techniques foundation brushes, and the Wet n Wild foundation brushes are actually okay too. Those ones have given me okay coverage. They're big enough that it doesn't take forever to apply a base coat. And then after that, I just make sure I layer my paints on to try to make up for anything the brushes lose in terms of saturation. So I just try to make all the colors pop as much as I can just by layering and making them solid as possible. Eventually I will be good at airbrush and I'll use that more, and I'm sure that'll help. And I'll also probably be investing in better brushes when I get a chance. So hopefully that's helpful. Oh, and I also buy little nail brushes for smaller details and smaller pieces. It helps a lot. And they're so tiny and cute. And then the last couple questions kind of go together. One of them is from Pool Boy. Hi, Ben! And then the other one is from, and I know I'm going to mess up this name, I'm so sorry, Villain Ahua. So they both asked, where do you get your inspiration from outside of pop culture, and where do you get your inspiration from in general? So I pretty much get my inspiration from everywhere. I know that sounds cliche, but I get it from nature, from history, from storybooks, from movies, from TV, from other artists, from drawings, from comics, pretty much everything. I think probably my greatest advantage in terms of imagination is that I'm actually a 7-year-old inside of a 30-year-old body. So I still get really excited about everything, and I still look for the magical and the mystical and the just the impossible in life, in the universe, and try to convince myself that the universe is actually a place I want to live by channeling all the pretend and just the whimsical, you know. So I just try my best to produce as many original pieces as I can to collaborate with that universe of mystery and intrigue, and I try to do my best to make this world be a place people want to hang out and look at stuff on the internet. And this is Jane, my puppy. He's so happy to be here. He's just a bubble. I'm that girl. I'm sorry, I am. Well, that's probably more than enough for now. Oh my god, finally. So another big thanks to anyone who's still here. I hope that you like it and subscribe to my channel because I'll be having tutorials back up in no time. And then you could even follow me on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, you know, if you want to. No pressure. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.